Hello everybody and welcome back from the short break. Hopefully you got a few snacks ready, maybe did a jog, who knows. I mean, just physical activity is underrated when playing and perhaps when viewing. You gotta be just right on time with your heart, because if you didn't do enough cardio, who knows, you get a heart attack with some of these matches we saw so far. And I'm AbejaIvan, joined by the wonderful Doomsday. Hey there Doomsday, how are you?
I'm doing good, man. I'm decidedly not keeping up with my cardio today. It's a Sunday kind of day, you know?
You know, I respect it. It's a Sunday, you know, being a bit lazy and a couch potato is fine, but hopefully we'll be ready for this one. Canada versus Spain. I mean, France versus Finland right now was pretty spicy, I would say. But Canada versus Spain, could we expect an upset? I have a hard time believing it.
Canada, I'd go as far as saying, with the exception of maybe the US early game, Canada are like the ultimate early game team, in my opinion. They have crazy confidence and they have crazy ability. Even going into like, you know, these clutch situations where you have to get high scores in general, they have the perfect team to do it. Spain have a lot of work cut out for them, but you know what? Spain definitely have some very high performing individuals this year. Namely talking about Antonio, who has been playing very well this year. Had some really astonishing results, especially in 1v1. And definitely the main guy for Spain. They have some big names there to try and coax an upset here.
Yeah, Antonio, if you just look at the qualifier performances, he's done absolutely phenomenal. And he was pretty much top scoring most of them and was sometimes even the only FC or almost FC for maps. And I think the entire strategy will hinge on Antonio and hopefully being supported enough by his team on the maps everyone else can play. So, but I think that's going to be the main strategy, while Canada just kind of can do what they want. There's so many avenues they can attack. And that is actually a ban of NoMod 1 and of DT2. Okay.
Oh, the classic NoMod 1 ban. No aim allowed. Not giving the mechanics players of Spain any RNG on that one, I suppose. And
yeah.
the DT2, we've seen very high scores on that. It's been a favourite for a lot of teams.
To be honest, I do respect the NoMod 1 ban, because that's one of the few maps they kind of played pretty well on Spain. They've got a pretty good 4-way score on it, as well as Hard Rock 1. So those will be two avenues to maybe go for. We do see a free mod 1 being picked though. Okay. I would say that's also in the same vein of, you know, just a bit of jumps and bursts, nothing too spicy here, a bit of density for the hiddens and the nobles.
Yeah, so not going to be many hiddens on this due to that AR9. We've seen some pretty interesting overmodding on this, particularly today. I saw Czech Republic went pretty crazy with Hard Rock on this. I don't think I see that this time though. I feel like, especially Canada, they're going to have players that'd rather just NoMod this, unless they want to get a bit creative.
Has overmodding paid off ever? The few times you saw it?
Well, not in the case of the Czech Republic, no. It was competitive for the first half, but against Poland it just wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, okay, with Poland you don't really have a lot of choices.
No.
You gotta control the Hail Mary.
You have to try and do that so you don't have to deal with the aqua.
Alright, do we see overmodding here? I mean, maybe Spain is gonna be feeling like they're in the same position as the Czech Republic, where they might need to overmod just to throw the Hail Mary, because they think Canada's gonna free go for AC.
I mean, it's possible, but that seems like a big risk. Unless Spain are feeling super confident, right? They have strong enough mod players to take the 2 mods, but I don't know about the 4.
Yeah, I think it should probably be the case for both teams, where you just go your mods and then the no-mods. Because so far, has anyone 4-way seed this map? Because it only matters if you 4-way see it. Or if the guy you're seeing is the one who went hidden harder, so you get that bonus extra multiplier. But so far, I think it's pretty hard to consistently 4FC this map.
Well, let's see now. Getting stuck into map number 1, and well, I'm seeing some overmodding on the Canadian side.
It's only Hidden Harvard though, so that's something I do respect. And there's another Hidden Harvard. Ooh, okay, that is an overmod by Spain. That's an overmod and a half. Jesus. Okay.
There's only one NoMod. Muffin Slayer, the only NoMod. Raising that flag.
I think this map is really hard on Hard Rock. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but yeah, it's so hard. I don't know, consistently of seeing this one. Oof. And there we go, the first miss coming out from amborgesa. Hidden. And Hidden Hard Rock also NHarmonia is gonna miss. I don't know. So far not paying off.
Not in the early rounds. A few people in chat saying about nerves. A brave start though, I respect it, but few early breaks. Map's not particularly long, but Nick's gonna trade, so as we get stuck into the drop, not too much between the two yet.
Yeah, there was a miss by Nick, but otherwise, I mean, it's still neck and neck right now, but the map is pretty short. So those misses, another miss by the Spain side, are gonna hurt quite a bit.
Yeah, it's a bit brutal that Estopa found that break, though. They'd be pretty, they'd be pretty close going into the final drop here. Now they really are gonna have to hope for a few more drops. Hey, Hamburger's there again. It's not looking good. It's not gonna be for Spain. They're dropping now.
Yeah, so far I think this is pretty much a done deal with the huge amount of points they have. And how much they're in the lead right now, and there's like 20 or 10 seconds left in the map. Yeah, this is the first point for Canada.
There's only one FC left on Canada's side. It's the NoMod, of course. NoMod strong. But the build-up combo after the early breaks got the job done. That's a strong team performance in the end to open this one up for Canada. But hey, gotta mention Antonio there, getting the top score in the room, even though he broke right at the end. Good start there for Spain's key player.
I mean, that was one hell of a Hail Mary with the four-way modding here. Didn't work out, unfortunately.
No, it really didn't. Let's see, the breaks right at the start. They managed to recover a little bit, but they were always fighting from below there. I guess maybe they really didn't want to see the AR9, and I wonder if that plays into maybe the other free mod pick or the hidden 2.
Yeah, that could definitely lead into a hidden 2 pick potentially by Canada. Canada just going for the raw difficulty here, DT1. I mean, yeah. I think that's a pretty good pick by Canada, just having a very solid 4-way roster here. And if you don't think that Spain outperforms here, yeah, sure, go for it. It's not as speedy as DT1 from qualifiers, but on that DT1 qualifiers, Canada had a 2 million point lead at some points, if you just compare their runs. So that's huge.
Yeah, that's an unsurmountable score difference. Humongous, colossal. This one, I think, compared to the DT1, it's less about the raw speed, you just said. It's more about that double time aim, and I think that out of all the aim heavy maps, this is probably the most comfy in terms of start. It's very meta. It may suit Spain's players a bit more. You see some of the higher ranking players joining for them. Hideki hopping in there for this very aim heavy pick.
Yeah, I think this is a really safe pick by Canada, and just, this is how you try to take advantage of just having a way better roster for pretty much anything, and a higher skill bar.
Well, they're 4-person DT roster for these sorts of maps, so I'm going to have any problems. So it's on Spain to match them and hope to catch any silly misses that Canada have. They just have to hope for that and try and keep their nerve. It's not a nice position to try and fight from. Not going to be the start they need.
And things we also have to kind of mention is while you can have silly misses and nerfs on the Canadian side, the same holds true for Spain.
Couple have come through. Hideki and Estopa there with early breaks. Accuracy is a little bit down on the Spain side, you know, a couple players trying to hold on, but the speed a little bit. But 4 FCs to 2, not too bad yet. But it's still Canada with that perfect 4-person flow. You know, they are missing a couple of those super speed players from last year. They have the depth to deal with it. They have the depth to deal with these DT maps. Accuracy for amborgesa on that FC a little bit low. He still hasn't missed, but it is dropping a bit. A bit of a lack of comfort there, and it's not even going to matter at this point. Still with the 4-way. Still with that 4-way from Canada. Not even an issue.
Yeah, and the 4-way 99% plus accuracy here. Ooh, can we see over 4.2 million points here? Would be pretty spicy.
Well, they have nothing to worry about in terms of opposition in this one, so they have the freedom of the whole room to try and get it.
Okay. We are over the 4.2 million mark. Do we see a 4.5? Do we see a 4.6? And I mean...
4.7?
Not quite 4.8, because you would need a 4 VSS and a bunch of spinners, perhaps, but that is really good.
That is an excellent team score. I mean, sure, it's DT. We do tend to see high team scores on this, but that is definitely in the high percentile range on this sort of map.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's the best DT1 performance in this round. I would not be surprised.
Surely, if any team beats that, that's an incredible score, whatever that would be. It doesn't get any better than what Canada just did there. Pretty much. You know what though? Spain did make a good fist of that. They got 3.7 mil themselves. That's still a good team score, but they're still a million behind. Just insane.
And going for NoMod 5, which, sure. I mean... Spain didn't perform too well on speed in general on the pool. Maybe this is just barely still in the comfort zone. So they don't get too skill capped by this, and this is short and sweet. And you can have a lot of unfortunate breaks here with the overlaps. The node right below the last node of a burst, with a bit of a gap there. Really easy if you overstream just once, you miss. Maybe banking on that, but yeah, otherwise, let's see if it's a good pick or not.
Yeah, that's certainly happened to any of the players. In terms of the raw speed though, you know, the last map we saw, higher BPM, but not really burst heavy at all. This is more similar to the DT2, which was banned. And I'd say it's fairly similar in terms of general difficulty and feel as well. So I think it's targeting that. So if you're not going to play DT2, we'll play the most similar thing and see how it goes, which I can understand.
I mean, the best thing about this is though that the song's pretty cool. So no matter who loses or wins, the
Let's go. Short and sweet. Early breaks really gonna sting.
I gotta enjoy the epic orchestra intro right into what Law usually likes to do. Balls to the wall, French call, let's go.
Hideki with some act drops there, but holding on to combo.
Ooh, that's the first miss by kurtis.
A little burst there, I think. That's going
Yeah,
to hand the advantage over to Spain.
Maybe a finger lock or a slight misaim. Short little break.
Run away a little bit.
A short solo performance by a lovely Spain player. But we'll get right into the second Ki. The spacing increases, but will the combo decrease?
I was watching Hideki, he's dropping a lot of act drops, but he hasn't missed yet.
Oh, it's all about combo gaming at this point.
Just don't miss. Oh, there goes AbejaIvan.
AbejaIvan? I don't know, but there's a lot of people missing right now. It's kurtis also trading back twice, missing on the overlaps. Oh, AbejaIvan is also missing on the overlaps, and Antonio follows straight.
Isn't enough?
Obviously, it did trade a miss, Estopa also missed, but those are the last few bursts. 10k points, and it is actually for Spain. Oh my god, these tongue twisters are killing me.
Oh my god, this is an absolute test of my vocabulary here, my Spanish, but Spain are definitely one up now. That was a close one, really close. A few more notes and it wouldn't have been theirs, but that's all that matters. They're on the board for us. They're on the board.
They're indeed, and kurtis missed early on, and then Muffinsley also traded there. Spain was holding really well. Hideki just combo gamed the entire map, which is exactly how you're supposed to do it. Wonderful job by the Spanish team here.
I respect that. Just don't miss. Just don't miss, dude. But hey, it's the next pick time. Canada still with the advantage and still in a very good spot, I feel, with the pool to peruse.
I mean, there's so much they can do. I think they could just go down the hidden route, just go hidden 2, hidden 1, because I don't think Spain looks very comfortable with reading, judging by the pre-mod. They will go for the NoMod 2, which I would say is a safe 4-way Steve if they're really comfortable on this, and we did see a really good performance by France. So when you're comfortable on it, you can expect 90% accuracy for OSCs, pretty similar on how you saw it on DT1 perhaps?
Yeah, I think it's up that alley for sure. And looking at Spain's scores, I don't think they're a particularly confident long stream team. So I'm interested to see what 4 they put in for this. Definitely a strong pick, considering Canada's strengths, though. Hope we see Frankie in for this, no surprise there. And of course, Nick.
Yeah. Nick and Frankie, I think, are pretty solid here. Otherwise, I think for this level of a NoMod 2, I think pretty much everyone on Team Canada can probably see this one easily. Now it's just to ask who's feeling the best on this day, and just put them in.
So looking at this, the NoMod 2 qualifier was played for Spain by Antonio, Estopa, AbejaIvan, there we go, we got it, and Hideki. Looking like we're going to be seeing amborgesa for this one, instead of AbejaIvan.
Okay.
Or AbejaIvan, maybe.
AbejaIvan, we do need a casting bible of how to pronounce every single player.
Yes, we do. We apologize.
By the way, if any
right.
commentator ever mispronounces your name, just you have to play a Discord. Feel free to tell us how to do it. No problem.
Yes, please. I'm always up to learn. I blame being British. There we go then. Stream time. It's more comfortable than the one in Qualifier. Just seen it a few times though. Very spaced, but very comfortable flow. Long streams.
Yeah, Hideki unfortunately isn't combo and egg gaming here with the early misses. and the chain 100s. Ooh, that's a few more misses by Spain. I think this is gonna look really grim, because I think Canada's just gonna start holding here. Until the first KI kicks, I don't really see a lot you should miss on, because that's where the longest streams are with the biggest spacing. Spain missing this early is giving me bad vibes for the KIs.
The accuracies are okay, but amborgesa is a little bit low. Really, Antonio is the only one who's super comfortable for Spain. I said though, he's doing extremely well.
Ooh, some chain misses by Muffin Slayer here.
Odd miss. He's still holding his axe though, so not going to be losing too much of that axe skill. And the rest of his team have his back, no problem. It's a stream team doing stream things, really. That's what they're doing, they are going in.
Yeah, but there's only one combo against 3, and yeah, as long as Canada keeps holding for the next 20 seconds, there isn't really a chance for Spain to come back, even if they all keep seeing. Oh, Nick just getting chain 50s and 100s because of a slight misaim. He was able to save his combo though. And I think that's pretty much a done deal with the combos on Hollywood right now. If Canada starts missing and lose all of their Cs, I think they still have this in the bag.
There's still one score on the field though that I'd bring attention to, but I'm a little bit worried that it's going to do something I don't want to happen. Canada are doing things right now.
They are. Oh, you're surely talking about Antonio, right? It's not the SS by Frankie, is it? I mean, what could possibly go wrong there?
Of course it isn't the SS from Frankie. What did you think I was going to mention that?
Yeah, a great performance by Antonio here. With the high accuracy. Oh, and actually Frankie...
Oh, come on, man. Come on, man.
I forgot the burst. I thought the spinner was it. I actually thought the spinner was the end, but there was actually a burst right after the spinner. Oh no.
You know what?
No.
Low-ac SS, guys, from Frankie. Straight up. Yeah, that is a score from Canada. 3 big FCs. We expected a strong showing, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, 3 UFCs, 99+% accuracies all across the board for a lot of players here, actually, Antonio as well. Yeah, just solid pick and performance by Team Canada here. Quite frankly, I don't know what you should pick as Spain here. Like, you can maybe go for Harik 1 because they have a decent 4-way lineup for it.
It would be a bad pick for something to go for, but yeah, their strongest picks are certainly used up at this point, I think. I don't think I want to go for that DT3 because of Canada's scores on that were incredible.
Yeah, that's. I don't think you ever go for DT3 here, probably. You also don't go for Hidden 2, absolutely not.
Nope.
Harik 1 and Harik 2 maybe. I would never go for NoMod 3, to be honest. It's too long. Consistency, you see Canada being really good at consistency. It's gonna be the Harik 1. Yeah, I don't really see any other avenues, to be honest.
We'll see how it works out now. I say it's a decent pick considering the lineup, as you said, but you are playing into the hands of another strong Canadian skill set here. And that hard rock aim. Slightly faster, old school style, mapped by RLC. Suggestive from a Sky Star set, so you get the 2-for-1 there. You know what, should suit Spain pretty well if they can pull a performance here. They can definitely be competitive, but they need to play well, I think. I don't think they can bank on a massive underperformance. I can't see it happening.
Oh yeah, Canada is going to be really comfortable on this one too, but Spain will be way closer to Canada's actual performance here than compared to the other picks, where they don't really even have a chance of 4-way seeds. Like, I don't ever see a hidden 2 4-way or like even maybe 2-way FC from Spain. This one has the highest chances. It's still like 2080 against you, but I would rather take the 2080 than the 595.
Let's see how it pans out. I'm surprised Hideki isn't in to play this, but I suppose NHarmonia is another player on their team with a pretty high skill cap, can cover stuff like this pretty well. And some good consistency players in for Spain. Amborgesa as well, and Antonio, of course. Antonio, in particular, definitely living up to his billing, playing very well in this game. They really will need him to continue to do that.
Alright, 210 BPM, jumps and bursts. Old style, you probably know this map, Doomsday. Played a few times over the years.
Just a few. Couple times. Absolute classic. It's a really cool addition, in my opinion. Always love to see some old school in the OWC.
Yeah, Nick, slight troubles adjusting to the old style here. I got the first miss, but I mean, this map is 3 minutes long. There's plenty of places to miss on for both of these teams.
Yeah, really not going to hurt. Really not going to hurt. As Bairechuu attempts to catch up here. But it's the sort of map where I can't see a mass amount of Spain FCs on this. But Canada, I think, are going to have at least one, probably two. Is there someone having a connection issue?
It might potentially even be a DC by Harmonia here.
Oh, we'll see what happens. We'll keep our eyes peeled for that one. In the meantime, though, everyone you currently see are playing extremely well in the early rounds of this map, with the exception of the early break from Nick. So good to see everyone's hard rock is on point. Starting to settle in a little bit. No early jitters, with the exception of like the adjustment from Nick.
Another miss by Nick, and so far the rest of Spain is holding. Obviously the score advantage is going to be quite in Canada's favor, as this is a 3 versus 4 right now. And we don't quite know if Harmonia just deceived or if he's still playing and has a score. He might have just deceived.
Hopefully he's still playing. Oh, wait. He's going
Oh,
again.
he's back? There we go.
Okay, so he is playing. I guess he must just had a blip in his connection, but looks like he's back now. He's going to be behind, but that's a good sign. I mean, hopefully not GC. Which in theory would put Spain in a good spot here.
Alright, we're watching everyone else, and then Harmonia with the minus 4,000 offset. Alright.
Minus 100,000 offset.
Yeah, might have been some cat running over the keyboard, just laying down on the offset button here. We did see a miss by both teams, Muffin Slayer and Amborgesa, on the same note. So in the end, just a trade. Antonio actually also missed. Oh, I absolutely missed that one. That is not good. But we still see a delayed score by Harmonia. Who knows, maybe he's seeing, maybe he already missed. There might be hopes left, there might not be hopes left. Antonio missing again. Did Muffin Slayer DC now? What's happening now?
I guess I might as well wait till the end of the map to see what's going on here. We'll just wait out the storm pause.
Yeah,
You know what, though, the way this is panning out, though, this map could potentially be very close, but we don't know it yet. So just have to bear with us for just a second. Find out what's going on.
You see Harmonia slowly eking the score closer and closer to his team's favor. He's trying his best.
He's giving it a go. Okay, well, with that break... Okay, well... I'll tell you what we'll do, because the map's over now, we will tell you that Canada did win that one. Apologies for the client moment there. It happens. We're holding it together with gaffer tape, but Yeah, Canada did win that one actually, because NHarmonia just didn't do enough to bring that one back. We'll bring it back in a moment.
Frankie did a C with 4 100s. Pretty good performance all around by him. xootynator also C with 8 100s. Followed by Martin Slayer and Nick with 700 and 600k respectively. And on the Spanish side, only Estopa received 22 100s, and then we just have Antonio with the 700k, and the other team members with 650 and 680.
And honestly, comparing those scores head to head, I think that was a relatively competitive one. It's only a decent pick by Spain, just not quite enough against this roster. A good attempt though.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably the closest they really get to, because picking other stuff here is probably way too favored for Canada.
Alright, back to reality.
Yeah.
Oops, there goes gravity. It's NoMod 4.
Alright, yeah, it's gonna be the tech map here. And picked by, I think that was Canada, right? Yeah, that should be Canada, because we just had the hard one picked by Spain. There we go, I can count and alternate. Wonderful. I think this is also pretty favorite map for Canada here. They did outperform Spain, I believe, quite a bit on the NoMod 4 in qualifiers. No, actually it was decently close, but that tech map is slightly different from this one, I would say. This one doesn't have as much ribbon.
Yeah, it's not quite as crazy on the pure control. Bursts with high SVs and plenty of sliders you have to follow, because they have slider 6 in them. So don't be cheesing those sliders now. On the back of Spain to win this one, or they're going down to losers bracket.
Okay, another miss by Martin Slayer, and aim not on point right now. Okay, is anyone missing on the 1-6 cross sliders here? No? And we'll get right into the bro part of the map. Sliders go brr. Who's gonna miss on this one? Jeremy!
Fuzzy sliders.
It's really easy to miss on them if you don't get the speed right. Nick and Jeremy both missed on this, so it's only...
Wow!
It's a 4-way C by Spain!
Let's go.
Oh no, Estopa missing on pretty much nothing there. That only bursts, and the jumps are pretty much like 5.7 stars here on that pattern. That's unlucky, but still a 3-way C.
Yeah, brutal way to break, but his team has his back. Very nicely done through the slider tick heavy section there from Spain. It's on the back of Zylice, the captain of Canada this year, to try and claw something back here, but it's not looking good at all as we get into the big drop.
Oh, another miss on Spain's side. There's still 2 high combos left, but the score lead is shrinking slightly.
Yeah, 300k to pull back, but there's no time left, right? This is going to the Spanish team. They're clawing another point back in it. Still very much in this. Big break point. Wow, that's actually a pretty good performance as well across the board. And 2 nice FCs. The combo game moment from NHarmonia. That's all you need. Very nicely done. And once again, Antonio. Oh, look at the chat. NHarmonia, right. The relief. It's palpable.
He's feeling the combo gaming. And that's a rip to everyone's pick'ems. No one expected Spain to get 2 points, I believe.
I don't think many people did. Like I say, Canada, early game, they are so strong and they've had some good performances, but Spain really fighting back here. I'm impressed. It's their pick as well with that big breakpoint. But what do they go for next for us?
Oh, I mean, it's pretty hard to say. I don't think Spain should pick any of the hints. Primo 2 might be an option. Hard Rock 2 or Primo 2 maybe? I wouldn't pick anything else.
Yeah, I know NoMod 3 could be a fairly safe option for both teams, really. It's one of those picks you see a lot, this first pick. And with the NoMod 4 going pretty well, their control seems to be on point. could go for that and hope for another high performance. But they are
I
playing
still
into the
think-
hands of, you know, another one where they need to perform well.
Yeah, I still think that Canada can probably just end the match if they pick Hidden 2 the next time they can pick something. Unless they feel really uncomfortable and they're missing critical information that everyone just can't play the map, which I don't think is the case.
I mean, surely they must know that they have a Hidden 2 roster that's going to be just fine in this game. Of course, we'll see if it gets there. Hard Rock 2. Don't have precision into Canada. I don't think this is a bad pick either. They had a pretty good score on this in Qualifier Spain. They have a good 4-person roster for this, once again. And,
I mean, Hard Rock 1 was kind of close. They picked only Hard Rocks on the Fremont one. Yeah, let's see how this one goes. Otherwise, it's gonna be the win for Canada.
compared to the one in Qualifiers, this one far more standard in its styling. Very linear, more about just raw aim and fairly standard aim shapes with a small circle size. It's always a bit tempting to say this one brings out the nerves, but for, you know, qualified Hard Rock rosters, it doesn't really, because the reading is so comfortable with the AR-10, but it is always there. A small circle size can trip people up in a pressure situation.
Right. And a bit of a, I wouldn't really call it a champ. I think this is something I would listen to when studying, I would say, or relaxing. Won't be as relaxing for the players though, having to jump all over the screen.
No, I'm making them work today. Got to put a shift in for this one. Canada really are. Canada are having to fight a little bit on this one. Spain are not rolling over. This was not in the script. Sure, the next pick coming up may be hard for Spain if they win it, but this is a decent pick considering the way they've been playing. You never know here.
Alright. First slight build up. Do we see a miss? Not yet. Alright, another build up. Do we see a miss? We see a miss by Jeremy and Estopa. Oh, and Muffinsley and Nick? Okay, that was a short ghost miss by Nick, but then he all actually missed.
He's missed a couple times, Nick. Yeah. It is, well, it's 1 FC to 2 now in favour of Spain.
But there's plenty of map left. Another build up. Okay, no misses.
This section of that combo is very valuable. Amborgesa with slightly lower act but holding the combo. Antonio rock solid again for Spain. It's on the back of Frankie to hold it together for Canada.
Oh, Jeremy missing on the slow part. That is one.
Spain.
Yeah, one more FC gone, but Antonio is holding strong. Can he hold for long enough? Is the question. Oh, these extra misses are not helping Spain right now.
Yeah, the recoveries are doing work now. Canada recovering very well. Oh, there goes Antonio. The last big combo's gone. It's all Canada now. Getting into the final drop here, and it's all on their side of the field.
And I think that's a done deal. Frankie is holding on strong here. Even if he misses, the 200k combo score advantage is way too big. And there's no combos left for Spain.
Yeah, props to Frankie there. He was the linchpin throughout that one as his team found a few inconsistencies, but props to him for holding that together. And his team with the excellent recovery through Muffin and Nick as well. Fantastic stuff from Canada. It's going to be the game. Showing great grit and determination there. Even after dropping once, they didn't let it get to them too much. And they'll be moving on in the winners bracket.
Alright, congrats to Canada, and Spain. We'll still see them next weekend in the losers brackets. Definitely a hard rock biased team, but we'll see how they can branch out with the next pool and perhaps even Quarterfinals if they advance from that. And yeah, congratulations to Canada for advancing. It's a shorter one.
Yeah, it was, but I think a lot of people may be going into this looking at Canada being the team they are. But even then, Spain, I'm impressed with the way they fought here. If they keep up this resilience, in the next round, I think their next opponent is gonna be concerned about facing this team, especially on some of their strong picks. Really impressed with the way they dealt with that tech map, the NoMod 4 from Spain. That was a nice set of runs, and they were all comboing through those wacky slider tech sections. So, you know, they got some strengths that they can really work with next week.
Yeah, let's hope they also have a wacky slider tech map in the next pool. I'm not gonna spoil anything.
Well, that's I'll leave that one with you, Force. You know what's up there. We'll find out about that later on, I'm sure. What's in store, but we're not done yet. Today, are we? We're not quite done yet.
Yes, 2 matches left, and then there's a Mappol showcase right afterwards.